All right. I think we're live. Live from outdoors. It's pretty exciting, I guess. You might think, why are you doing this, Riley? And I think the quickest answer is because I could, I guess. Thank you, Allie. Appreciate it. Oh, this is interesting. I don't know if it's smooth or if you can hear me fine, but yeah. Look, it's kind of cool. I can just, I can move it around, right? It's kind of cool. We'll see. The FPS did not like that though. The signal, it was like, don't move me too much, the signal said. On Wi-Fi. Okay, now we're reconnected. What did you say? It says kind of smooth, but when you moved it, it became choppy. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just gotta go closer to the house. What if we try that? Here we go, we're on the move. This is the beautiful thing about going live and being mobile. You know? The dogs are coming over. They're gonna be obviously super interested in what this is. Super interested in trying to be on the stream. Maybe the dogs will be my second official guests. Trying to get closer to our Wi-Fi. See if it's better. Ah, it's super choppy now. It's not good. So crooked. All right, well, we'll see what we can do. We're going to be going over Clive Stapleton Lewis. I don't know if Stapleton's Clive Staples Lewis. His book, Mere Christianity. I read it a while ago. Wanted to start reading it again, though. Wanted to pick it up and start going through it. I read the first chapter this morning, so I thought, you know what? It's beautiful out. I want to try the live stream thing, mobile, to see what that work or how that works, that kind of thing. If that's something that I can do more of in the future, we'll see. And I wanted to test out this microphone to see how that went. But yeah, so chapter 1 is. I wonder how that is. I wonder if it was because I started it on Wi-Fi that it had to continue to be on Wi-Fi. It looks like it's a much better signal now, so that's a good thing. Saying poor signal. How about that? I don't know, we'll see. Right, so like the way the shoe or anything has to obey the laws of gravity, the laws of biology. My cells in my body have to, I don't have a choice whether or not I want my cells to act in the way that they're supposed to act, right? They are just going to do it. It's just going to happen. But C.S. Lewis is inviting the thought that with the law of nature, the law of human nature, there's this aspect of right and wrong. And it's this aspect that humans seem to know about. He gives the depiction of people arguing, right? And he says some of the things, this is page 3, they say things like, well, how'd you like it if someone did the same to you? Or, hey, that's my seat, I was there first. Or leave him alone, he isn't doing you any harm. And he basically says that in this quarreling, in this conversation back and forth, you see that humans seem to know something about right and wrong. And one of the main points that he's making is that one of the main points that he's making is that humans, unlike the law of gravity or the laws of biology, humans can actually choose to disobey the law of nature. They can choose to do the wrong thing. They can choose to do what is wrong. And so that's essentially what he says about in the law of nature, law of human nature in chapter 1. But he says this, and it's pretty interesting on page 4. He says quarreling, so arguing, some of the phrases that I said at the beginning. He says quarreling means trying to show that the other person is in the wrong, right? So if you're arguing with someone, you're trying to show that the other person is in the wrong, trying to explain human nature, this law of human nature, that there is a right and a wrong, and that kind of thing. And it says this: quarreling means trying to show that the other person is in the wrong. And there would be no sense in trying to do that, trying to show that the other person is in the wrong. There would be no sense in trying to do that unless you have some sort of agreement as to what right and wrong are. Just as there would be no sense in saying that a footballer had committed a foul unless there was some agreement about the rules of football, about the rules of soccer, right? And so he's saying, like, this law of nature, the fact that people argue, the fact that people are trying to correct others, there's this interesting thing of like, well, is it something that we just know naturally? The other interesting aspect is that people can disobey it. There's choice there. He says this, these are like the 2 points that he was trying to make in this chapter 1. It says, first, that human beings all over the earth have this curious idea that they ought to behave in a certain way, okay, and cannot really get rid of it. And then the second point, that they do not, in fact, behave in that way. They know the law of nature and they break it. These two facts are the foundation of all clear thinking about ourselves and the universe that we live in. So he's saying, first, there seems to be some sort of this curious idea that we feel that we have to behave in a certain way. And then the second fact is that humans often do not act in that certain way. And so those are some thoughts from chapter 1. I'm going to get into reading chapter 2, and we'll jump into it. We'll see if this is a regular thing. I'm going to do some more research, figure out what it is that I have to do to get a solid connection, other than maybe, I don't know, not being outside. So thank you for hanging out. My wife, appreciate it. Love you. We will see you later.